Hey guys, welcome back to a new YouTube video. This is going to be a continuation of the van life of the Econoline van part 2. Right now I'm actually going ahead to remove these seats and start creating some more room in this van. You know, get a little more open concept. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this piece. I'm going to go ahead and remove those two seats right there. And then I'll go ahead and cut to when that's done. So yeah, let me get to it. Okay, so we got the bench seat out. The bench seat's right there, and it's already instantly created so much space over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove these seats, but I'm running into a problem that there's actually no visible bolts to take out the seat, other than like one pin right there, which is right there. So I'm going to actually go ahead and start cutting out this carpet, starting from here, back here. Cut it up, and hopefully I can find some bolts that are holding down this plate to the bottom. I did try to count a peek in there, and there isn't looking like there is much bolts, so I might have to grind these things out. But in order to grind these things out, I actually need to pull the carpet out first anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting up the carpet and then pulling all the carpet out and just toss it to the side. So yeah, I'm going to get to that, and yeah, I'm going to get to it. Okay, so I went ahead and actually removed all the carpet already. You can see the carpet all behind me, and you know, see the big bench seat. And then here is what it looks like. So you can see that there's a ton of sand left over from the carpet. You know, this stuff, you know, dries up and pretty much turns into like a fine powder dust that's kind of been, you know, breathing it in. Probably asbestos, but who knows. But so you can see that there's already foam inserts already, and that's good for insulation and all that. You can see that all the leftover bolts for where the, you know, where this seat was, you know, the bench seat was bolted in. You can see that there is actually bolts for these big brackets, so that's great. I'm going to go ahead and remove those bolts. They are pretty big, and hopefully they're not rusty, so I can go hit it with a 1/2-inch ratchet. You can see that where I cut the carpet. So I am going to leave the carpet in the front area because, you know, it's, you know, it looks good, and, you know, you're going to be like driving there and all that. So that's where the hardwood's going to start and all that. So there's that. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I already got a good amount of work done in very little time. So now I'm going to have to go ahead and start taking those things off, and it looked pretty good. And hopefully, actually, since you see my driver's side seat is completely torn up, I don't know if this is the same seat or not. I have to measure the cushion size. No, now I'm looking at it, it's not the same size. These are a whole lot more narrower than those, so I guess I'm just gonna have to, you know, rock a nice seat cover on that seat to, you know, hide the big rash. You can see right here is actually one of the heating hoses from the heater core back there. So I'm actually going to save this and somehow put this somewhere in one of the cabinetries, so I can actually run the heat without having to, you know, all that kind of stuff. Trying to keep as much as the actual functionality of the van, because that is pretty big. You know, most utility vans don't have that. You have to go aftermarket. But since I have this already, I might as well put this thing back on and use it. So let me do this, and let me get these seats out. I'll cut to that. Okay, so it's the next day. I already got the passenger seats out quick. So I have the passenger seats out, and it completely opens up this entire van. It's just so much space. So width-wise, from wall to wall, I have about 68 inches, and I'm about 6'2", 6'1", and I don't know, like 75 inches to try to do quick math, I guess. But I will have enough length to actually sleep width-wise. You know, if I have a slight bend to my knees, or sleep a little bit diagonally with the wife and all that. So what I'm thinking about is doing that, and then like having that, you know, having the bed come up to let me get my little tape measure out. So having the bed come up to about the wheel well right there, and that's, sorry about that, video cut out again. So that's about 47 inches worth of bed, and I believe that's, you know, definitely enough space for my wife and I. And if we have about 47 inches worth of space here, we have a ton of space in this area for a cabinetry over here, maybe like a small little cabinet right here. And I was thinking about putting a little foot locker behind the actual driver's side and passenger side seat. and having enough room in between the passenger driver's side seat for like a refrigerator. So I have to go ahead, I'm gonna make up a little floor plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and measure all of this stuff and go ahead and start mocking it up and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start making a floor plan. Okay, so I've got the simple floor plan down. I just pretty much getting all the measurements down, like how the clearance is between all these items and all that. But so I actually come to the decision that where this bed's gonna be, I'm gonna have the bed frame kind of sit in between here, like we're here all the way back, and sit about 25 inches tall, so it gives plenty of space and storage under there. And then some cabinetry lining this wall, then a little footlocker on this side right here. But then I'm actually decided that I'm gonna go ahead and remove the ceiling. The ceiling, you see how it's super saggy, it looks horrible. You can tell like literally just sags so much. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and remove that ceiling and see what's behind it, and then maybe replace it with some nice wood paneling or something along that nature. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the ceiling. So yeah, I'll cut to that. Okay, so you can see that the ceiling has already been pulled off of the cloth and the plywood and all that. So all you can see is just the under part of the fiberglass roof. You can just see it's all right there. It's great that these little like ribs right here actually add worth about an inch worth of fiberglass, so I can mount panels via that little rib right there. You can see the overlapping insulation from the wall and all that, and all the wires from the overhead lights. But other than that, I took the whole ceiling out. I already took the seatbelt ones and all the ones on this side of the seatbelt for the passenger seats and the bench seat. But other than that, this part of this video is done. Next video is going to be me actually building the custom frame bed for it, which is going to be right about there. And yeah, I just had to go ahead and gather all the materials for that and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's gonna end. The video's gonna end it here. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.